Because you don't know, maybe you stop posting the song for a week, you still don't have another one coming out for like a month. In between that week could have been the one TikTok that got 5 million views and could have blew up the whole song.
This is a monumental moment for the One More Time podcast. You guys thought we couldn't get him, but we got him. Welcoming in now, it's Lil Baby on the pod.
No,
on
Jesus
the pod.
Christ! I said some people call him the white Lil Baby.
What does Lil Baby look like?
You know what Lil Baby looks like, bro. That's not him.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Come on, man.
Who do we got?
It's Lil Man J.
We got Lil Man J, man. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. When I got hit up about this one, I was like, abso-fucking-lutely, we want to do this for sure.
I appreciate you. Whenever I got hit up about going to your podcast, I was like, abso-fucking-lutely for sure.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, all right, for those that aren't familiar, this dude's easily one of the most controversial rappers in the game right now. He's a top-tier content creator. I mean, what, million plus on TikTok, 670K on YouTube,
sure.
90 million Snapchat views last month alone,
Yes, sir.
300 plus K on IG, doing it all independently, like 90 million streams almost.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we got Lil Man J in the building.
Who's fucking
Yes,
with?
sir.
I just want to know.
Who's fucking with Jay, bro?
I'm fucking with Jay.
I know. We clearly are too. But bro,
go.
man. So, I always like to do my research. And so I'm looking at, some of your posts. I'm looking at some of the YouTube videos, whatever. Bro, your comment section is a motherfucking war zone.
I know.
It's a battlefield, bro.
I know, bro. It's like people hating, but whenever they hate, and my fans just like,
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Every hate comment got like 15 replies, and they're like, "What you talking about, man?
Yeah.
You don't know Lil Man J? Like I know Lil Man J. I listen to all this music." I'm like, hell yeah.
No, exactly. Because like some, viral sensations only have maybe, one end of the spectrum. Maybe it's like, mostly positive or maybe mostly negative because everyone's just all upset about it, right? Yeah. But yours is it's a beautiful blend, honestly, of just like crazy motherfucking haters and then like the Lil Man J army of diehard supporters, bro.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Have you named your supporter section yet?
Supporter section.
My manager's been telling me to do, but he comes up with some corny ass names.
What are some of the?
You need
like
to do it.
Fucking Lil Man J army. And,
Man is
so corny, Jay.
No, kind of is.
Jay.
Kind of is.
hey, chill.
I thought I was excited to have this guy on.
Yeah, well, chill. I was just kidding. Actually, I like that. That was one of the.
You don't have to lie to my face,
That was
Jay.
one of the better ones now that I think about it.
Okay, what were the other ones?
Man, just like things with armies and squad, Lil Man J squad. I was like, we need something like cool. Because I feel like if I was a fan of somebody and they made it like Lil Man J squad, I'd be like, all right, maybe not.
I don't fuck with him anymore.
Oh God, I'd be one of the people hating in the comments.
Yeah. Okay, so more importantly, do the haters have a name? Like the collective opposition?
No.
Do they have a name?
Yeah, the haters.
The haters. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't deserve any type of acknowledgement anyway. Like, fuck them.
I love the sound effects, man.
Yeah.
See, that's why we made you wear the headphones.
I hate when people compliment them. They enable this guy. Okay, so just for everyone out there, what are some of the most common positive type of comment, right? Like, what do you see most on the positive side, and then we'll get into the haters.
I feel like the ones that I see the most are like, bro, I love how consistent you are. Keep working. Like, I know you're gonna make it just from like how determined you are, how often you keep posting, and like how much I can see that you're working for it. That's kind of what I see the most as far as like good comments. And then obviously like the fire emojis, like, man, I'm proud of you, things like that.
Yeah.
But people that, I guess just a lot of people that really want to see me win and know what I want and know how far I'm going to go. And I love that because I know that too.
Yeah, no,
So
I think
people saying that and agreeing, it makes me like...
It validates it.
Yeah,
kinda,
exactly.
Absolutely. So, I saw one comment that I think summarizes the last part of what you just said as far as like, can't help but root for this kid.
Yeah.
That was one where I was like,
You just have
you're
to.
right, bro.
Yeah.
Like I like that comment immediately. And I was like, that sums up how because dude, we've been tapped in before this even got set up for sure. So like you've clearly been making, waves on the internet. So it's like we'd be fools to have not stumbled across some piece of Lil Man J content over the last.
When Cap Freestyle came out, we were tapped in. Like,
Yeah, of course.
obviously.
Of course.
That's
But yeah, I mean, that I think, you truly do have this like underdog story that's being told right now, man. Is that how do you feel like the underdog right now?
Yes, man. Like I just can't wait. Like there's some rappers I'm hitting up and stuff that are a little bit more popping. They ain't answering, or some that like are popping or on the same level as me. They trying to charge me for a feature. I'm like, just wait, man. Just wait till next year. Whenever you hit me back up and I'm charging for a feature now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, yeah, the other one was, Lil Man J is the definition of setting a goal and sticking with it until you succeed. You got to respect that commitment. So that kind of speaks to your consistency. And I think a similarity between, what we're building here and what you've, started to build as well is like, we think consistency is all that matters, really. I mean, or not everyone. There's tons of good podcasts. There's tons of good rappers out there. But what sets you apart, I think, from the field is literally the consistency and then the content creation, bro. You're a content machine.
Robot.
Content robot.
No, but I mean, do you feel that, that is what's, setting you apart from some of the competition is your ability to create content?
Yeah, because I feel like I talk to a lot of like artists and they're like, man, I just don't want to make content. I don't like making content. And it's like
90%.
Yeah, that's like the new wave now. Like you have to make content to be like, make it, I feel like nowadays. Because otherwise you're not really going to be seen.
Yeah.
Because that's just what the world's turned into is social media. Everybody's on it. Everybody has TikTok.
And some comments I see, like, because when you did Cap Freestyle, you posted, I mean, shit, how many videos, just with the same song. And you see some comments like, oh, this dude only has one song. And I think artists are afraid of getting that type of feedback. Like, why are you posting about the same song 25 times? But it's like, because that's how you do it. Like, that's how you win. That's how you have the most chances to get the exposure that you want to that song. So I think just your fearlessness to not be embarrassed or whatever about posting the same song a lot of times has contributed a lot to your success as well.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't know. Maybe you stop posting the song for a week, you still don't have another one coming out for like a month, and then in between that week could have been the one TikTok that got 5 million views and could have blew up the whole song.
Thank you, Jay. Oh my God, bro. Like that's all that matters right now for our audience, right? Because to Henry's point, we've got a bunch of people who wonder why their streams aren't where they're at, wonder why they haven't gotten to whatever level that they think they should be at. And then we go and look at their pages, bro, and the consistency from a content, creation perspective is just not there. And I mean, we had someone else on here who is a, Grammy winning music executive. He won a Grammy for Money Long's Hours and Hours. And a big part of that Grammy win had to do with content. And he's just a huge music marketer. And he talked about how posting content equates to sales. Like it's just point blank, and people don't like to look at streams as sales, but it's sales. You're selling your product. They're buying it by using their time and energy to stream your song. Like you're selling them the thing and they are consuming it.
Exactly. That's what I learned over time is it's music, but it's still exactly like you said, selling a product. So I just found ways. That's how I feel like the best way to get views and best way to get people to watch and actually convert from the views to listening to the music is making it and finding a way to actually get people to be like, oh shoot, I have to listen to that song.
Because otherwise, how are they going to listen to it?
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
what are you doing?
They see it, and then they're like, okay, it's a good song, but I'm going to keep scrolling.
Yes.
You have to make them be like, okay, I got to listen to this. I have to stop, click on this link, and we're going to see what it's about.
Yeah.
So for a lot of our audience, let's say that they don't feel very confident in making content, right? Like, did you come out in this game like already feeling like you were a good content creator, or did you like sharpen that skill?
I feel like I thought I was okay. Not from the very beginning. It took about a month. I thought I was okay. But looking back at it now, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how I dropped that. But I will say it is something I grew into. I was definitely like my first few videos shaking while I was making it. I was like, so today I'm going to be, you know what I mean? Just not much confidence from whatever it was maybe back in high school, getting made fun of and worrying about, because I was still in school at the time, worrying about what people would say, things like that. So I just hadn't built that confidence yet, but I still stuck to it and posted regardless because I knew that's what I needed to do.
For sure. But did you like study other content creators to know, like, because I think there's formulas to this shit. Like there really is like formats and formulas. Like a lot of the videos that we've had go super viral, let's just be honest. They weren't like novel ideas on the format. Like obviously the specific thing we were talking about and the way we do it is unique to us, but like they had been done, those types of videos had been done. So were you studying like, types of content?
Yeah, before I even started posting again, I studied that type of like algorithms and best ways to post, when to post, how to post. I studied that for like 3 months before I even thought about like making videos or posting. You know what I mean? To figure out what's the quickest way I can blow up or quickest way I can start getting views, so I'm not getting myself hurt or beating myself up about, I've been posting for a month and my views are only 100. I haven't passed 1,000. I haven't passed 300, and then I get caught up in that, and I'm like, damn, maybe this isn't gonna work. You know what I mean? So figuring out how I can make my views pop the best and the easiest, so I'm not getting discouraged.
Yeah.
So for example, like the whole format of the TikToks where like engineer sitting down and then like artist walks in the studio,
Connor Price,
and like, hey, I'm gonna record this song, and engineer's like, okay, load up the beat, and then it's like, you think the guy's gonna be whack, and then oh shit, he's like rapping hard. Like that was a whole format on TikTok that worked for a while.
I've done multiple. I did a video like that like a week ago.
Exactly.
Like, I do that content all the time, but yeah, I was really inspired from Connor Price.
But also just like, I hate the excuses from a lot of our, to be honest, a lot of our community where it's like, I don't know like what to post. I can't come up with enough ideas. Like, bro, that's an idea you can rinse and repeat with every fucking song. There's no reason why you shouldn't do the engineer at the desk, artist comes in, surprising artist factor video for every single drop.
I mean, I'll tell you, I think artists, they don't want to feel like they're biting the idea, right? They don't want to feel like they're stealing something.
That's where you just gotta not care.
Yes. I think you're not caring about shit is like a strength.
That's the biggest thing.
That's crazy.
Like you have to have that trait to be able to do anything.
Yes, man.
Especially on your own.
And
like
on the internet.
Business.
Yeah. Definitely on the internet.
Have to like... You have to be thick-skinned in this shit, bro. Because, let's be honest, as much, positive reinforcement you get from the Lil Man J squad, Lil Man J army, name in what name in progress title?
Yeah, WIP, work in progress.
Work in progress. There it is. Name work in progress. You're getting equal just... they're ruthless out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that what feeds the algorithm? Is the people battling? You have a perfect 50-50 battling?
100%. Like that's what content I do sometimes, just to say random stuff to get people talking in the comments. Yeah. Just to add to the virality of it.
Well, that's what I loved about Cap Freestyle was how you talked about how people would say you were capping already and this and that, and you like leaned into it instead of like listening to them and I don't want to hurt their feelings. Yeah, it's like fuck them. I'm gonna do it like times 500. Right?
Exactly. You gotta lean into it sometimes just to get them talking a little bit more, and then they have nothing else to hate about at that point, and then you just exactly.
Especially when you title the song that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's actually so funny. Like, there's so many people that are like, "Oh, you made that song No Cap Freestyle." It's like, no, it's definitely Cap Freestyle. Like everybody,
the opposite of that.
Exactly. Like I don't even know how people get No Cap Freestyle.
I guess the artist No Cap. I don't know. I'm trying to.
Or maybe because they knew the whole thing about it. They didn't know if it was no cap or if it was cap.
Just because like who in their right mind would drop Cap Freestyle? Probably.
Lil Man fucking J.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. As much as we've talked about not being afraid to kind of steal like an artist or like, leverage other formats that already exist. Like, have you come up with any like styles of videos that you've seen other people, kind of copying and mimicking?
Yeah, one thing that I wouldn't say I pioneered it, but I'm not gonna say because I know there's gonna be people who no, he did that first. But I'm pretty sure I was the one that kind of came up with this is how you make a blank song in less than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I saw a video like this is how you make a blank song, but they didn't have that extra in less than 2 minutes, less than 30 seconds. And I saw another video that was like, oh, this is how you do in less than 30 seconds. So I put them together. And so I think I kind of pioneered that, how to make a blank song in less than 30 seconds, or, you know what I mean?
And the 30 seconds thing seems like not a big deal, but
it's huge.
It's so big.
It's everything,
Because if it's
Yeah.
like in 5 minutes and I'm just scrolling like this on TikTok, you know, in this era where no one can pay attention to anything, it's like, I don't have that much time. And it's like, oh, make a hit song in 30 seconds. Like, maybe I'll give it 30 seconds. Let's see what happens.
Because the hook gets you, and then especially what I do is like play the 3 seconds for the hook. This is how you make a hit song in less than 30 seconds or whatever. And then I play a beat, and the beat needs to be fire to catch their attention.
Has
and then
to.
you keep going from there.
Yeah.
And you kind of got their attention grabbed at that point, and then they're just waiting for the song. So you already got them.
Bro, you know what I just thought of though is that when he said like the hook, the amount of people in our audience, like hopefully y'all understand that he's talking about
The hook to the
hook
content.
to the video,
yeah, not
bro.
the chorus of
I was
the
like,
song.
bro, people might not know what he's talking about, bro.
No, you tell a regular artist the hook, they're like, no, the chorus. Yeah, it goes like this.
Yeah, like here's the melody I got. No, bro. The hook on the video that you posted to promote your song. Like that has to be equally as catchy as the hook of your song. Like if not more.
Yeah,
Can we
real.
stop saying the same thing at the same time?
Not hang
We've
out
done
with
that in
each other.
like several episodes in a row, and it's actually starting to.
Hey,
Yeah.
Can we edit one of our audios out to make it seem like just one of us said it?
That'd be tough.
You can do it, bro. I believe in
he's
you.
not quite an editor like that yet.
I mean, no, he can. He just doesn't want to, Jay. No, but you know, going back to the 30 seconds thing and how important that is. There's some YouTuber that basically made like, you know, videos about going to an NBA playoff game. Okay, then it was like going to 3 NBA playoff games in 24 hours, going to 5 NBA playoff games in 48 hours. Like he just
Capitalized off
repeated
the
that
idea.
formula.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to your point, you could borderline making a hit song in 30 seconds, making a hit song in 1 minute, making a hit song in this, making 2 hit songs in that, whatever.
That's what I did. Yeah, how to make a viral song in less than 30 seconds, how to make a hit song in less than 30 seconds, how to make a Polo G type song in less than 30 seconds. You know, pretty much using everything that I can incorporate. Like my newest song, I haven't done it yet, but I have the idea written down, is how to make a song on a Memphis type beat in less than 30 seconds.
And you could replicate that for every fucking city.
Exactly.
Dude.
Every city, every song.
Yes.
There's something to each song that is relatable to other people or other cities or other audiences. And like this is how to make your girlfriend's favorite song in less than 30 seconds. You can do whatever you want it, really.
Yeah, I mean that's what we found with our, well, you know, with our rapper drafts. It was like, you know, we started off with, you know, X city, and then that one went off, and then we just literally started knocking out the cities. So Atlanta rapper draft, you know, New York rapper draft, Florida rapper draft, you know, LA
They all
rapper
did
draft.
almost equally as good.
And they all did
Crushed.
6-figure plus for sure. Like it was, we knew for a fact there was like no chance that it wasn't going to work after that. Because you proved out the concept, right? Because you can fill in the detail. That doesn't, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. We still had to make like good content within the constructs, but it was that framework.
That hook
And the framework and like the setup, right? That we knew was going to work.
Exactly.
And we actually just took from, you know, we did an interview with a Christian hip hop artist, a CHH Christian rapper, right? And his name's 1K Few. He's got a new project with Zaytoven. It's super hard. It's not what you think. When you think of Christian rap, it was not what I thought. It's like kind of trap influence shit.
Really?
But we basically did this segment on the podcast where we asked him to give rapper names to biblical characters. So he was giving rapper names to like Judas and Noah and Jesus and like Goliath and shit.
Oh, shoot.
And he was fire at
And
it.
he was great. So I told Henry, I was like, let's take that framework, and then we posted our own. It didn't do as crazy because like once again his like Christian rap scene really fucked with that because we collaborated on it, but ours still did really well because we proved out the framework of like giving rapper names to, you know, insert whatever thing you want to do. It doesn't matter, right?
Exactly. And once you have that one, like in between rinsing that one, you can come up with another one, and then you keep while you're rinsing that one, you can come up with more and more, and that's why you keep posting to figure out which one works. And then hopefully by the time the other one dies out, you have the other one, you just keep rinsing that one,
Ready
and
to
then
go.
it's the same thing over and over and over again.
Absolutely. So Poppin' Out is the most recent release, right?
Oh yeah, hopping out.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
I think talking about the origin story of how this song actually got released is super important for our audience. Like just the framework to how this song ended up being on platforms.
Yeah.
So tell us like what the backstory is.
Man, so basically my boy 20, shout out, I got 20 on my beat.
I fuck with 20, man.
Yeah, he's a GOAT. And so he sent me this beat, and he's one of those people that like he's a great person to have by my side because he wants me to really make it in this industry. He wants what I have in mind, I have as a vision. He wants that to happen for me. So he knows the big thing for me is I need to start just experimenting with different beats and stuff like that. So this one, like I said before, is like a Memphis type beat, and he sent it to me. I was like, I'm not happy on that. But anyway, so we went to Bootleg Kev. We went to Bootleg Kev, and I was trying to figure out a few days before, like, which beats I'm going to use. I'm like, because they let you pick the beat, right? Mm-hmm. So I was going through, I was like, I don't know. And then on the way there, I was talking to my manager. I was playing him the like 5 that I had, and I was like, man, which one? And him, and shout out Carter.
Shout out Carter
in the building.
He's got a C on his hat in case you forget his name.
For C for Carter.
Looking like a
Boy Scout.
A Boy Scout.
A Cub Scout. C for Cub. Anyways.
Well, yeah, so we picked the beat and played it on Bootleg Kev and freestyled most of the song. And then I posted it. And on TikTok, I posted on all platforms, and it went crazy on all platforms, like 2 million views on TikTok, like 2-3 million views on YouTube, Snapchat, a few 100,000, like just viral on every platform. And I called my manager the next day. I was like, we have to drop this song. We have to make it a song. Next day, boom, get everything ready for it. Got the cover already, recorded, everything done. And then literally 2 weeks later, I put it out because I knew I had a viral moment around it. I was like, I gotta drop this ASAP. You know what I mean? To build leverage.
It's huge.
For you to be 18 years old and understand that, we talk to like veterans in the game who will like release a snippet of a song and everyone says they love it. But then they might say they don't like it, so they don't end up dropping it. Just like shit like that really pisses me off. When you see it's working, why are you afraid to take the next step?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Because people think like, oh, you had to drop it 4 weeks before, so it gets playlisting. But if you're like an upcoming artist, you're most likely not getting that stuff. So you better just
drop
if
that.
You have a viral moment or something's going crazy, you better drop that, put it out as fast as you can so people can listen to it and build that leverage up.
Stop everything else that you're doing.
Exactly. Don't go making music in the studio.
No.
Focus on that song.
Yes.
Man. Yes.
Bro, the fact that you understand that at this age, I think is just gonna, I mean, it's already obviously working, but it's gonna continue to be like a huge strength of yours for real.
No, I think this is why, this is a big part of why is just that, like, just observing what's happening and like why you should be doing things and the impact that they can have. Because dude, honestly, like you could have just kept going with whatever, because you probably had a release planned. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming when you did this freestyle, that wasn't the next song.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you immediately shifted focus and knew that this is something that you had to do. And I think this also goes back to a point that's been made now. I mean, shit, this has been like, we have tons of recurring themes, but this has been one that's been like recurring on the last like 4
recently, yeah,
about like responding.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've had plenty of people that have told stories about like posting demo snippets, right? So yours was a radio or like a, platform specific freestyle, but same thing, right? It was a snippet of a thing that wasn't a real song that you had to then kick it into fucking high gear and make it a song.
Exactly.
And then respond to the response, right? Like,
exactly.
You had to react
Give the fans
to it.
what they want.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
That's literally all it is.
It sounds so fucking obvious, bro. But like sometimes the most obvious things skip past us. And I think that it's just like being okay with changing the plan. Like everyone you should have a plan. Like don't get me wrong. You should have a plan. You did have a plan. You were going to release this other song, probably whatever. But like plans change.
Exactly. Change is where growth happens.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Exactly.
No, that's huge.
That was a bar.
I'm gonna put down this song whenever I record later.
Yeah, damn, bro.
So tomorrow, so
do you think that freestyle, because Bootleg Kev is obviously a very reputable platform, right? You've had the privilege of being on, several, name brand platforms, but I think, Bootleg Kev is a big one, right?
Yeah, very cool dude as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely respect his style and, his platform for sure. Do you think that freestyle video, how viral it was, do you think that has been like one of the pieces of content or, songs, snippets that has converted some of the non-believers?
Yeah. 100%.
I felt like looking in the comments, I was like, damn, people are.
Because it wasn't like you didn't see much hate, really.
No, they were turning. They were turning to the good side. Like
exactly. They just need to see more of my like organic self. I feel like not just the social media or the final product. So, because one of the big things that people were hating about was, oh, he has way too much auto tune, and so that converted a big audience.
Shout out to Off Key Supply.
.com.
Get your auto tune shirts.
Yes,
quick
sir.
plug.
Support the podcast.
Go get that, man.
Yeah.
Go get them, man.
Yeah, so
For
perfect
real.
segue.
Auto-tune,
Thank you.
They gave me one, man.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Boom, we gonna be rapping for sure.
Okay,
But
so they
yeah.
say too much tune,
Too
and then
much tune, and so that was one of the big things, and also like not really changing my flow. Like a lot of comments like, oh, he only has one flow. So I feel like that put it in perspective. Oh, he doesn't really need auto-tune, and he can change up his flow.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a very, very pivotal moment for haters in my career, if you will.
for sure. So you're someone who clearly admitted that like when they first started out, their content wasn't where it needed to be. I'm assuming you're also looking at your music, being like, hey, how can I improve? So where do you feel like you're at right now, and like what can still get better with the music? Let's talk about the music first.
I feel like I took a step from, kind of that more trappy, if you will, Lil Baby flow, if you will. I don't even like saying that.
We will.
God damn it, Henry. God damn it.
We did it again.
I know you beat me, but go ahead.
But so I feel like, especially just over my growth and just keep grinding in the studio, I feel like I took a level from like that kind of flow to a way more like mainstream type of style, and just like my own, and kind of bettering myself and focusing on like what I really want to make and like who I really am, like speaking my truth and speaking how I grew up and like my medical conditions and how I persevered through the hate and people hating on the way I look and things like that. I feel like I took a very big step as far as going from the cap freestyle and things like that, and moving towards like really talking about who I am as a person, but also on more mainstream beats, not as like trappy and bass driven, to more like just mainstream.
Yeah.
Like something that everybody can listen to.
Yeah, you have a reggae song out.
Yeah.
Definitely
man.
diversifying a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. Because I made that. I was inspired because I went to Jamaica like a few years ago, and I just love reggae music, love it. And I played the beat one day. I was listening. Funny enough, it was nighttime one time in my room. I was listening to some reggae music. I was making a beach playlist, and I was like, I'm gonna look up a reggae beat. And literally, first beat I turned on was the one for my reggae song, and I immediately came up with the flow for it too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, this is pretty good.
It's those first melodies, those first ideas that come immediately are always the ones.
And I screw myself up with that sometimes. Oh my God. I'll be in the studio, producer playing beats, or I'm playing beats, and nobody's recording, I'm rapping, I'm like, that's hard. And I play it back, I'm like, what'd I say? and then I trip myself up, I'm like, damn. That was it right there.
No, I've gotten to a point where I invested a bunch of money into a wireless microphone. So like, I'll just play a beat, and when I'm playing a beat, I'll hand the microphone to the artist so they can like do their little demo flows.
Oh, and you already have a recording.
And I'm recording that.
That's
just in case.
I need that.
You know what I mean?
We got it right there, Jay.
There's a little hack. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's a big hack. But I'm going to at least just start getting somebody to record. Right whenever I walk in there, y'all be recording the whole thing.
Yeah.
I might say a bar, man. I might talk about changing, you know what I mean? But
at least hit the voice memo, like turn that on at least something.
I did start doing that.
Okay, good.
For sure. But I forget because it's new to me.
Right.
So in the Poppin' Out music video, I feel like a lot of people were commenting that like you leveled up the video production. Do you feel like that was like hands down your best video so far? Or do you not even feel that way?
Nah, I think it's definitely. I called my videographer after he sent me the final edit. I was like, yo, this is the one, man. I was so lit. I was like, this is fire.
Nice.
And I just feel like it matched the song perfectly. Like I'm popping out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like everything about that video turned out how I needed to. But it wasn't really planned out. It was like
run and gun?
Yeah, literally the night before I was with my DJ, I was with Carter, and we were just all talking, and then all of a sudden it was brought up, yo, I have a music video tomorrow. I was like, oh, we can make it lit. We can bring girls, cars. I was like, let's do it. And then literally that night, hit everybody up, morning, hit everybody up more, let them know where, when, and boom.
Wow.
So there was one scene that is kind of like the yearbook picture scene, right? And I think the superlative said like most likely to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Assuming you didn't actually win that in high school, what would most of your high school think that you would have won for a superlative?
Oh damn.
Assuming not that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did, but like let's
I mean, he was
assume.
rapping in high school.
I know, but like
Maybe.
what would be the other one then? Okay, like
Probably like the shortest kid in school. So something
but
along
on 1
those
foot you're
lines.
5'5".
Hey,
I like-
other one I'm 5'4".
Yeah, I saw that video.
I saw that one too. That was
That's
good.
funny.
Hey, so let's put it in the middle, 5'4"
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with your medical conditions, right? Like, you're at the point where you're just, kind of like able to. I mean, at least with that video, you were able to clearly like make a funny piece of content around it. Like, is that your approach to like the hate that you get, or like the comments that you get around stuff that you face medically, or what?
I don't even know. I don't even think about it really.
Yeah.
Because it's like it doesn't really. None of it really affects my daily life like it used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wore the cast on my feet for like the first few years of my life, and then the last surgery I had on my feet was in 7th grade, and after that it was fine. Besides, like one is longer than the other, so I walk a little weird, but I don't care what other people say about me walking weird. So I just,
Gangster lean.
yeah, exactly. I just
That's all it is.
Have you ever thought about having a pimp cane? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It could add to
hey,
the,
maybe later down the line, but
once you've made it.
yeah, have an iced out one.
Yeah,
walking
of course.
around with it.
A custom Lil Man J on the side or something?
That would be hard.
That
though.
would be kind of hard.
But yeah, so I just use it to my advantage, honestly. And like I said, it doesn't really affect my daily life as much anymore. I think the scoliosis might affect me later down, but that's the only one.
Yeah. So let's talk about like the hometown, like support or lack thereof. Because some artists have been, very vocal about like their hometown was like the last ones to rock with them before they kind of got to a certain level. What's been your experience with hometown love?
I feel like it's just kind of like almost anything, trying to start, people are going to kind of laugh at it first, especially something so crazy like being an artist. Everybody's trying to do it and only 0.00 whatever make it, so everybody's like, oh yeah, okay, you're going to be a rapper, buddy.
Yeah, good luck with that,
You
pal.
know what I mean? So
Sure.
So it was kind of like that, at first. I feel like that's kind of how everybody is. And then, I had made a few songs and they're like, okay, I mean, you're pretty good, but, unlikely probably go get a real job still, you know what I mean? just secure yourself.
Unlikely.
Yeah, just secure yourself. And then really, I feel like it was at the point where I started focusing again. It was the same kind of thing back in 2022, January, whenever I started focusing up again. They, kind of like same thing, like, oh, okay, buddy, try, but, still unlikely. And then literally like 2 months later, I started getting good views, and then everybody's like, oh man, I see your TikTok, man.
They flip-flopped pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's funny.
So would you say they kind of were on the same page as everyone else, really? Just when they saw the success?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't really say it's like, oh, they didn't believe in me and then all of a sudden they did. Because I just feel like everybody would be like, okay, you want to be a rapper?
Yeah.
Like, it's unlikely. Most simple-minded people, I feel like.
Yeah.
People with open minds and want to be entrepreneurs themselves and things like that, they'll be like more open to the idea. But most people in high school and stuff are just simple-minded. So I feel like it's like, okay, whatever.
I think,
Bro,
you're
simple-minded is the best term I've ever heard to use non-entrepreneurs, because like it is a crazy fucking thing. Even people look at us being like, oh yeah, sure, you're gonna interview rappers and music industry people, and like,
you bought how many cameras?
yeah, exactly, yeah, likely story, yeah, fuck off, you know what I mean? Like, we got a dream.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
if you believe in it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And I think his story is more like, you came up on the internet. So it's not, the hometown thing, like, it's cool if your hometown rocks with you early, but like, we're not out here like trapping mixtapes on the streets and like trying to get every DJ to play it in every club. Like, nah, bro, we got 90 million on Snapchat last month.
Yeah.
Give a fuck about my hometown club.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different now.
There was 0.0000001% that were from Clover, South Carolina of the 90 million views. I'm sorry.
Focused on 99.9.
Yeah.
9999.
However many you
Some more
fucking...
nines.
All right, Jesus.
Clover's, I mean, no one knows where Clover is, bro. I'm assuming it was a fraction of a percent.
Yeah, smart. I don't even think one of my top 30 cities is Clover.
Probably not.
I love that. I fucking love that.
Probably not.
All right. So, speaking of Snapchat, thank you. I don't think you really ever alley-ooped me like that, but this was perfect. Yeah, okay. That was a brick. It was a hypothetical brick.
It was a pass.
You the one that bricked it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm the alley-ooper.
Fuck off, Jay. Let me ask the goddamn questions around here,
That's you
okay?
then. Okay. But
Damn, bro.
We called you out.
Okay. Anyway, so, to his point, you've seen a lot of success on Snapchat.
Yeah.
And I think that that's not something, not only have we not talked about it on camera, on the podcast, I don't know that...
We don't talk about it that much.
We don't talk about it that much, right? And I think that it's fucking slept on, right? So for you, what are you doing on Snapchat and how are you actually like converting people into Lil Man J fans?
Yeah, I feel like Snapchat is kind of a different thing. Like, I don't think people really blow up on Snapchat. Like, I don't think you can go from nothing to something on Snapchat. I feel like you already have to have a social media presence on Snapchat, because especially for me personally, and just what I've seen, but for me personally, I really just show my daily life, and then like just like cool things that I do during the day. Like, I posted a picture of this podcast, and then earlier my drive there, I was posting a little bit about the music, doing little skits or whatever, you know what I mean? So just kind of posting my daily life, and then also posting like pictures that people want to click on. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you go on Snapchat and you go to the little stories and stuff, and you're like, what's that right there? And you have to click on it, and then you have to go through all their pictures and stuff. And then especially, they see a lot of your pictures, and they kind of like your content as they're going through it, and then they follow you. But I feel like you can't really grow unless you're like verified on there. It makes it a lot harder. And so I feel like you already have to have an audience to grow on Snapchat. But once you have that audience, I feel like you can make a lot of money from it to help fund your career.
Yeah, there's not as much organic.
Yeah, so it sounds like
it's organic once you have like for social media following, because like I get a lot of views that aren't on other platforms. Like, I started building an audience, but you definitely have to start with something, I think.
And it's
really?
And it's the day-to-day life that they like. It's the classic.
For me, at least. Obviously, everybody else is different, but they like the day-to-day life. And like
I think that's kind of what Snapchat is all about. It's like you're posting shit. It's almost like an Instagram story where like
it's exclusive almost.
Yeah, it's not the most polished content, but it's like the people that really fuck with you want to see what you're doing on it. Like, I'm eating Taco Bell right now. Like, they fuck with that.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Like, I thought you was in the studio all the time.
Yeah.
I have a life.
I'm a person.
Yeah.
On which platform do you engage most with your fans directly, would you say?
Honestly, it's kind of, I would say TikTok, because I go live on there a lot.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
pretty sure I found you on a TikTok live.
Yeah, that was my thing. That's how I think I got a lot of.
Yeah, because you were just like, you were making songs.
Exactly.
On the
That's
live.
how I made Cap Freestyles on live.
And people were literally, this is fucking genius. So like letting people into your creative process and letting them like comment bars and shit. Like, people would be like they'd be like being songwriters in the comments, bro, on the live. It was fucking genius.
And you don't have to give them any publishing.
It's free, man.
Everything about it is beautiful because it keeps you from having to stress or get into writer's block. That's why I told a lot of artists that I talk to, is like, it prevents you from getting writer's block at least as quickly. And then also, you don't have to give them anything, but they feel entitled to the song. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just love at the end of the day. 'Cause if you use their bar, you obviously fuck with them.
Oh, that's their new favorite song.
Exactly. And then you're like, yeah, bro, that was a great bar. And most of the time I follow them back if they made a bar, chop it up with them a little bit. But at the end of the day, once you drop that song, they're going to be talking to their friends, yo, I made that bar. And
they're going to show everyone.
They're going to show everybody. And then if their friends like the song, then it's shared to other people. And then so it's just a free marketing strategy.
Bro. Hello, bro. Man. Jesus.
God, I knew this would be good.
That's a clip.
I knew this would be good. I knew this would be good, Jay. But I forgot that's where either I found you there or I obviously tapped into one of them because I did remember you just like at your fucking desk, you know, like playing the beat, and people would comment on the beats. You're like, no, fuck that beat. Like, go to the next one. Like, whatever. That beat sucks.
Oh,
like,
God, I would ask them too. I'd be like, yo, which beat y'all like 1, 2, 3, or 4? And then they're also used like that. Like, yeah, I was the one that picked the beat with them.
Yep.
You know
and it's also just free feedback immediately. Like, oh, more people are going to like it if this is going to get more streams.
Exactly. The same thing that we were talking about earlier. Do what your audience wants.
Yes,
Give them what they want.
Yes.
Exactly.
And this is something that we've talked about, that this is actually reminding me in the moment that we have to do, is we've talked about getting our community more involved in like the interviews, right? So like think about if we asked our community, what's something you'd want to ask Lil Man J?
Right.
Exactly.
And then we're like, you know, John Doe 1 2 3 4
Yes.
wants to know blah 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 blah, and like they're gonna be so invested in watching the fucking interview all the way to their question, just telling their friend, telling their mom, like, hey mom, look, my question's on the One More Time
I'm
podcast.
John Doe 1 2 3.
Yeah.
That's me.
Why could I not come up with something funnier than John Doe 1 2 3?
Anything would have been funnier than that. Yeah.
Anything would have been better than that.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I heard myself saying it, but I was already like, once I said John, I had to go.
I just hear Gary Vee going like Sally Pants 4 5 6. It does Sally Pants.
That's so much better than
It's
John.
so much better.
Holy shit, man.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
like going TikTok live or something live while you're interviewing, and then they can ask questions during the live and be like, guys, make sure you stay during the live, because you could cut this out of the podcast because this isn't live right now. So you could be like, guys, if you want to ask any questions, just type it right here. Make sure you keep liking the live, and we're gonna be picking 5 questions throughout the whole podcast, and then boom.
Do we have to pay him for this? We have to pay him for this fucking advice, bro? Is he invoicing us for this?
Why aren't we live right now?
Dude, next one we're going fucking live.
Exactly.
Holy shit.
God, we need a Carter, man.
Yeah.
You can just be over there with the phone on the live and just knowing what, you know, God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, back to Snapchat. You recently, you know, went out to LA to kind of meet with, you know, they're like, you went to their office and kind of like checked out, you know, the operation. Was there anything you picked up from those like interactions?
A whole lot. And I feel like that's what's helped me grow so much, is literally implementing everything they say. You know what I mean? Like, I learned about like just posting more interesting content and videos instead of just pictures, you know what I mean? And doing little skits, and just like each piece of content, not just being like, I see a lot of people just post random stuff, like just like whatever they're doing.
And it's boring.
Yeah, boring.
Skip.
So just keeping it, I learned that you gotta keep each content for the most part interesting. And then also there's this thing, like whenever you click on somebody's profile, it goes to like their stories. And not like the ones that you click through daily, but there's like a story page of like, oh, my LA trip or my Atlanta trip. And then those are like everlasting stories. So like you can post, I post them like every 2 days, and it's like, oh, I bought a new car, or I went to LA. And then those are everlasting. They always show up in Discover, especially if they hit the algorithm good. Like I have one that's at like 10 million views now because it just stays in the algorithm. You know what I mean?
What was
Every
it?
time you go through Discover, there was one, I actually had 2. One was explaining my medical conditions, and the other one was I was 6 years old and I had my long hair and I put balloons as boobs. And I used
This
that
is already amazing.
I used that as a little attention grabber so the people would click on it, and then so just hit the algorithm. Like I said, it's everlasting, so it stays in that Discover, especially if it hits the algorithm. And every day people scroll and they even see it multiple times and like it, save it, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a little gem that you kind of mentioned it earlier, but like the first one of that collection of stories is it's like your thumbnail on YouTube.
You keep it.
You want that first one, right? To be like attention. I've seen like people will do a story that's just like a half naked girl is the first one, and then the rest of them have nothing to do with that girl. You know what I mean? Like it's dumb shit. Don't do that. But like, but
maybe
the idea of it is sound. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Just catching the eye. Just like with the hook on TikTok. Just, everything social media.
YouTube thumbnail. It's all the same shit.
You gotta catch their attention. You gotta sell them.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with a lot of, you know, upcoming or aspiring artists and producers and content creators in general is that they're not critical enough to be like, oh, that's just probably not that interesting. Like we had people going off in the comments on something about like viral success and whatever, and then being like, well, you got to pay those platforms to get any views and shit. And it's like, how much money have you spent on ads?
No more than like $5,000 over the past 2 years.
But yeah, like would that be the majority of your views that have come from ads? Would you say?
Like 0.00001.
Thank you. Okay, so that was almost $5,000 wasted. You probably could have just not spent $5,000.
Exactly.
And so my point being is that like they want to always say that like, oh, you got to just pay them to get any views and organic reach sucks and blah blah blah. Woe is me. And no, it's like I go and look at their content and it's like your content's just not good. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's not interesting, right? And so I think that
they just make excuses.
Yeah. And I just think that being like hypercritical, because sometimes we're like that too, where it's like, oh, why didn't that post do well? And then we'll kind of dissect it and it's like, oh,
well, yeah, that part kind of sucks.
It was kind of, the hook wasn't that like, I'm scrolling, even though like the good part is in there. And if you watch the clip in its totality, then yeah, it's great. But no one's going to get that.
And that's what a lot of people don't do, is they don't care. They just, like we said, just make the excuses. They don't go through each content. Oh, this one got 400 views. Why did it do bad? Because this one got 100,000 views and they're different. So why did this one do bad and this one did good? I like this one more. And then you just have to exactly like you said, dissect it. That's perfect. That's great that you're doing that, because that's where most people miss out. They don't care. They just keep doing it and hoping one of them blows up. But you got to change a little bit.
Yeah.
How smart is this kid?
Dude, smart. Jay is smart. Okay, so what kinds of things have started to happen due to like all the, virality and just the, buzz that you've been able to build and the fan bases you've been able to build across social media platforms? Like, what are some things that have been happening in your life that you're most excited about?
All the model bitches hit me up, man. Buying mansions, buying supercars. No, I'm playing.
Cat Freestyle 2 on the way.
That was it.
That's how it starts.
That's the intro to Cat Freestyle 2.
Yeah.
Produced by Henry.
We'll send you the audio to throw in there.
Hey, but honestly, just like getting to, really just living and starting to live the life that I always dreamed of.
Which is what?
My hard work. You know what I mean? Just not having to work for other people, making good money. I can kind of do what I want, as far as like, okay, I want to go to LA this weekend to meet with this person and go to the studios here. And I have that almost freedom to be able to kind of move around how I want to, instead of being like, nah, I can't go out with you right now, bro. I have to work from 9 to 8, whatever. You know what I mean? So having that freedom, and then also like, it's so cool. Like, so people that I was big fans of back in the day and still to now, like I hit them up or they were hitting me up and I was like, oh my God, bro, I'm a big fan. You know what I mean? So having those people hit me back and just, like I said, having that freedom and living life that I dreamed of.
Yeah.
Are there any like cringy DMs you saw before you were big that you sent and you're like, God damn it, why did I send that?
Oh my
Bro, I have the same.
Me
It's
too.
embarrassing.
Because those people hit me up and they're like, yo, bro, I love you so much, blah, 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 blah. I listen to this song, like I want to do a feature and can you follow me? And then I was like, bro, like, stop. Like, why are you hitting me up like that? Swear. I went to hit up an artist that, like, I think it was like Polo G. And I, got a little bit of views and clout. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to hit him up. Try it. And I looked and there was a sent message from like 2020 or 2019. And it was like, yo, bro, I love your music. Can you follow me for a video? I was like, damn, I was one of those people.
That was me.
Bro.
So I was like, I can't even hate on those people no more. You
can't.
Know what I mean?
How the tides have turned, Lil Man J. Oh, man, Henry, we've entered the final segment of the podcast, my friend. We're there. I could talk
What's
to this
the
young...
final segment, man?
Bro.
Oh, shit.
Buckle the fuck up, Jay.
Got to find out.
Let's go.
Put that shit on.
Sit tight.
So this is the rapid fire rampage.
Oh, God, I don't like this.
You're going to love it. It's a 3-part rampage.
Talk to me.
I'll explain them as we go. It starts off with just some short answer questions. Here we go. Starting with, why did Lil Baby cross the road?
To get to the other side.
And feature on a Lil Man J song. You got half of it correct.
Oh, damn. I was right there.
You were there.
I'll get the next one.
You didn't finish it. That's all.
Oh, yeah. I'll get the next one.
You next
finish
one.
it. I forgot how the game worked.
I mean, like, we do want that feature, right?
Yeah,
Or like, how do
I don't want I use that to kind of get a little bit of I guess
You got motion from
publicity
that.
and things like that, and I've definitely am trying to get my name as far from that as possible. And I would say I'm about 80% there. Obviously, we have people still talking about it, like in my comments, like yo, blah blah blah. But I'm really trying to move away from that. And once people know me for Lil Man J, and that Lil Man J has his own flow, and Lil Man J can make it by himself, that's whenever I'll look into you doing a feature with him.
Yeah,
But
I like that.
until my name is like as far
Separated.
apart as possible,
Yeah.
that's whenever I'll do it.
But the comparisons were worth it to get you where you are
I
now.
would say yeah,
Right?
because I feel like I mean it's definitely a grind to kind of move from it, and
Sure.
trying to have something else happen again where it's me. But I think it was worth it in the moment for sure, because it's allowed me to get a lot of motion.
Oh, bro, you would have been already
things
gone
moving.
after. You would have been already gone after that if that was the only thing that you could stand on.
Exactly,
So
and that's how I did it. I was like, okay. I literally, everybody in the comments, I was like, okay, I'm going to use this to blow up or get a lot of motion. I'm going to use this for publicity. And then I already had in motion a plan of how I'm going to get around it and things like that.
fucking genius.
I
Yeah,
love it.
so I was making sure I wasn't going to get screwed up like that.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, these are real rapid fire, aren't they?
That one was, they will be. That one, we had to get into that. But Jay, give us 3 content tips for artists who are trying to get their music heard.
One thing, like we said earlier, have a hook in your video, and I'm talking about attention grabber for people. Have an attention grabber in the first 3 seconds of your video to immediately get people intrigued. That's the first content tip. Another one I would have is, I would say starting out, kind of look at what you've seen blow up previously, because if it's blown up previously, that's what people like watching, and the odds of it blowing up are a lot higher than trying to make your own content. Until you start getting a little emotion, then you can try different avenues of content, your own style, things like that. And then let me think of another one. I would say it's a content tip. Don't worry about like the editing and how the video looks as much as like what you're saying in it and what you're trying to sell. You know what I mean?
That's a good
worry
one.
about the words more than like the quality of the video. Because one of my worst quality videos, I remember before I uploaded, I'm like, oh my God, because I edited it in an app that I never used before, and it completely screwed up the coloring of the video. And at that point, I edited the whole video and I didn't know how to fix it. And it was like gray, and I was like, oh my God, I love this video, but it's not going to blow up now because it looks so ugly.
Then what happened?
Uploaded it, 13 million views on TikTok.
Let's go.
Like 15 million views on YouTube. Blew up, and I was like, oh. And that's whenever I realized it doesn't really matter as much. Like, don't worry about quality as much as what you're saying in the video.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
love
What
that.
you're saying is what matters.
It doesn't need to be highly produced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
Love it.
Yep.
Jay, what's the last song that got stuck in your head?
Damn. Okay, hold on now, Twin. Oh my God.
You thought we weren't going to bust out the
Carter,
Jeopardy
do you
music?
know? What's the song I've been singing, man?
Zach Bryan song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the one that's, what is it? I Remember Everything. With
Zach Bryan?
Yeah. Yeah. Or Hey Driver by Zach Bryan.
You didn't know that was a Zach Bryan song. It was only because he said it. You're like, oh yeah, Zach Bryan.
Carter's not fucking mic'd up, Ben. I'm repeating it so people can hear what's going on.
Oh yeah, Zach Bryan.
He-
Zach Bryan. Like I totally
I
listen
was
to Zach
listening to
Bryan.
I was listening to that yesterday, actually.
You're from South
All right.
Carolina. We get it.
And Ben's mic is muted, so there we go.
Damn it. Every fucking episode.
If you would just shut your mouth, this wouldn't happen. Moving
Hey,
on.
I'm mute her. I'm not answering no more questions.
God, you really got my balls in a vice here. All right.
Jay is a fucking ride or
He's riding.
die homie, man.
All right.
Let's go. It's me and Jay versus Henry.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We had the alley-oop thing on you. Anyway, moving on.
Come on, you bricked it, man.
Fuck.
Damn.
Jay, what is one thing you learned that completely changed your music for the better? One moment.
I feel like whenever I started actually implementing what my life is actually like lyrically, and started spinning that lyrically, but actually I have a better one. Whenever I started taking more time with like flows and like actually challenging myself with the music, playing beats that I wouldn't normally play, or writing lyrics I normally wouldn't write, or flowing that I wouldn't normally do. You know what I mean? To try to experiment.
Love that.
So yeah, that's probably a big thing for me.
That's fire.
We knew this moment was coming, but we're gonna need your phone for this one. Can we get a little?
Oh, Ryan, where we at, man?
Where we at,
took it
Ryan?
From me you like my damn dad taking my phone from me, man. Thank you.
We're gonna open up. Let's say the gram.
Okay. Oh God.
Yeah.
Bad booty bitches.
Well, chill. You know I ain't got none of them in the phone.
What are the last 3 DMs you sent?
This is easy.
Damn. I was hoping it'd be hard.
I sent one to DJ Chose. I let him know that I was in Atlanta because I thought he was in Atlanta, and I wanted to make a hit song with him.
Okay.
And you were wrong. He's not in Atlanta.
Yeah, he said, I'm in Houston. And so
Epic fail, Jay.
that was one of the last one.
Okay.
And then on the way here, I was sending DMs to reaction video people. And so I sent a few people DMs like asking for, I said I like their content because I watch a lot of the reaction videos, and I said I like their content, and if there's a way that we can make them react to my song to help it get that extra bit of like publicity. And then my grandma.
Oh, Graham.
Grams is on the gram.
Graham.
Grams is on the gram. We can't make this shit up.
Graham.
My grandma, yeah,
Love that.
She
Hell yeah.
loves commenting on my stuff. So
Dope.
not as spicy, if you will.
That's cool. Yeah, that's all right.
But the reaction video thing is a fucking gem.
That is a good one.
Take notes, folks.
I'm glad we
It's still a
touched on
strategy that
that.
works. It's still a
Yes,
strategy.
sir.
100%. Okay, last one of the short answer.
Tell me, man.
We're going to send a voice memo to 12-year-old Jay and a voice memo to 50-year-old Jay. Just a short, send them a message.
Oh, like through the mic.
Yeah, right now. Like, say,
I thought you meant like through the phone.
We can't read minds, Jay. We're gonna need you to vocalize this.
Okay, I got you on this one, man.
yeah, not literally. We don't have the time travel capabilities right now.
Tell 12-year-old Jay something.
Uh-huh.
Man, I think whenever I was 12, I was a little like depressed. So I would just say, man, don't let people's voice like judge, not judge, but like change how you live your life. You know what I mean? Don't let people's negativity and talking about the way you look or how you walk, don't let that affect like how you want to live life and how happy you are and how you feel. You know what I mean? Just focus on what you want, enjoy time with your family, and just know that things are going to work out for you, man. Like, chase whatever dream you want to chase, because if you do, it'll happen. You know what I mean? You just got to have that drive and make sure it's something that you really want.
Damn.
Love that. Yeah, I love that.
Fire,
Don't get
bro.
discouraged.
Okay, how about 50-year-old Jay?
50-year-old Jay, what would I tell him?
What are you gonna be doing at 50?
Yeah,
bro?
that's what I'm saying. Maybe
Shit.
I hope you stop smoking or something.
That's perfect. That's
I don't
perfect.
know.
That was it.
Still got that vape in your pocket, 50-year-old Jay.
Yo, the vapes in 30 years are going to be crazy.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Probably cancer free at that point.
at that point, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the part 2. These are going to get quicker now. This is the this or
you
that
sure?
positive. This is the this or that. There's only 2 choices. You pick one. Here we go.
Okay. I like this.
Starting with hooks or verses.
Okay, hooks I feel like are more fun to make as far as like, oh, you lay down a great hook. It's like, yeah, this is a hit. And then verses I feel like you can really speak your truth.
Okay, but you have to pick one. That's the point of this.
Well, damn, man. Maybe we mute your mic next, man. Damn.
It's not just describe the 2 options. It's literally you have to pick one.
Oh, I'm not muted. Oh, I thought I was muted.
No, we're not muted.
Okay, good.
Okay, we're back.
you,
We're
Jay.
back. If you had to pick one,
Hooks.
hard work or talent?
Hard work. All day.
TikTok.
That's what they say. What hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
That's what they
right.
say.
I've
Absolutely.
heard it before.
And it's facts. TikTok or YouTube?
Probably YouTube.
Pizza or wings?
Wings.
Chains or watches?
Watches.
That watch goes crazy, bro.
Probably watches though for sure.
Robots or aliens?
What about it? Oh, just this. Oh,
What am I?
Are you one of them?
You seem more like a robot for sure.
I would probably say aliens.
Rock, paper, or scissors?
Rock.
Everyone with the rock. Okay. And the last one, I have a magic coin.
Okay.
Heads, your debut album slated for next year goes platinum. Tails, you go permanently bald. Do you flip the coin? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Going for it.
Bro, baldness? He's like,
Yeah,
I got medical conditions, bro.
Fuck
Fucking
it.
bald.
Almost everybody going bald at some point, so we might as well risk it right now.
18's kind of young to do it, but
Yeah.
no, I love
A little
that.
toupee on the hat. I'm coming that bitch up for a platinum album. My boy.
You'll be able to buy the nicest toupee with that platinum album.
God.
Facts. Okay, this is the final segment, Jay. This is the word association. I'm going to say one word, and you just got to say the first word that you think of, maybe two words off the top of your head.
Okay.
As quickly as possible.
God.
Yep.
Hold on, I gotta mentally prepare for this one.
Yep. Let's do some deep breathing.
Let's don't.
And out.
One more time.
One more time.
Oh, God, I hate this.
All right, now what's the word, man?
Starting with hip hop,
Rap,
helicopter,
chopper,
Kansas,
city,
gold,
chain,
cap,
rap,
tequila,
whiskey,
Riz,
girls,
waffle,
pancake,
gas,
Aline,
Tesla,
electric,
panda,
bear,
content,
music,
Lil.
Man J.
Let's fucking go.
I had one more, but it was gonna be
Oh.
just popping.
Out.
Why would you do that to us?
Well, we always do Lil.
That was such a climax.
First,
I said that popping out first.
God.
You're right.
Oh, God.
Folks, this has been Lil Man J.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
God.
sir.
I knew I was looking
Let's
forward to this one,
Fucking go.
but you
awesome.
over-delivered. You
did.
over-delivered,
Nah,
man.
y'all over deliver, man. I
Appreciate
really
it.
appreciate Henry and Ben, man. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you,
Yo.
man.
We
Appreciate
lit,
you.
man.
As always, please
We
like,
lit.
comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever it is that you listen to your podcasts. And we are here every fucking week.
Everyone.
Until next week, what are we doing?
Getting out of here.
Out of here. Peace.
Let's go.
That shit like one more time.